Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ovi Natalia. It is my pleasure to be the master of ceremony of this event. And first of all, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of the guests here. A special welcome to our guests. First, Timoty Loh, Regional SE Asia Director of USSEC, Ibu Yono, Country Director Indonesia USSEC, Ricky Bangsaratu, Head of HATN, Hari Ayam dan Telur Nasional, Bambang Suharno, Galus Indonesia Utama Majalah Infovat, and also Darmono. Last but not least, all participants who are pleased to attend. Praise be upon of God, we are able to gather here in this beautiful day to participate in this virtual in commemoration of Chicken and Egg 2021. And today we had a special session to discuss all about farm development, especially from USSEC point of view. We have a special guest here. Please welcome Timoty Loh, Regional Asia Director of USSEC. Hi, Timoty.
Hello, hi, hello everybody. Thank you, Ofi, for that very kind introduction.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I am doing just fine, thank you. Everything is moving along. It's been a very busy time for us, particularly this time of the year, because, well, one of the reasons is because we are right at the start of the US harvest season. And so, there's a lot of things that we are occupied with right now.
It's a pleasure to meet you even virtual, and I hope you're doing good. And it's nice to see you, and we have a lot of talk about farm development. And before we talk any further, could you please explain to us what is USSEC and what USSEC has done in Indonesia?
Sure, it would be my pleasure. Well, first of all, I think USSEC is really quite familiar to to our customers in Indonesia. The U.S. Soybean Export Council, first of all, is a dynamic partnership of stakeholders that represents U.S. producers, processors, commodity shippers, merchandisers, agribusinesses, and agricultural organizations. Through our global network of international offices, and we have a reach of about 82 countries, we get our support from the US soy industry to create and sustain demand for US soybeans and soybean products. We provide education about the use of soy in feed and food, and we also promote the benefits of US soy consumption through education, and most importantly, connect with industry leaders through a very robust membership program. Our group actually has been supporting the Indonesia food, feed, and livestock industry since 1981, when we opened up an office that was led by Mr. Ali Basri, who has since retired in 2017. And of course, now we're really glad to have Mr. Ibnu Wiono, our country director, leading our programs in Indonesia.
All right. Wow. As Indonesian, I would like to thank you for what you have done to Indonesia. And I'm curious about the reason why does USSEC or USDA support chicken and egg campaign in Indonesia especially?
Well, one of our key goals in any of the markets that we operate in is to work with our customers and the industry to look for collaboration and partnerships that can help the industry grow, be sustainable, and be well positioned to meet the needs of the local population. It is also important and another goal for us to educate the health benefits of not just the consumption of US soy protein, but by and large, animal protein as well, through our activities and our investments in the countries that we operate in. Soybean meal is the main source of protein for the poultry industry, producing chicken meat and eggs for the market. Whole soya beans are also used in the production of what everybody is aware of, the nutritious tempeh and tempeh products. So when you look at it from this context, soy protein is very important in providing nutrition for the population. The US soy industry is very delighted to be a sustainable supplier of soybeans and soybean meal to meet the needs of Indonesia's human food and animal feed industry.
All right, mentioned that soy protein is important, right? And why does soy important? Why does soy protein play a pivotal role in both the stunting reduction and the provision of durable animal and plant-based protein in Indonesia?
Well, soy protein, it's good quality and highly digestible. The protein in soy is an ideal protein source for young children to support their growth and reduce the risk of stunting. A lot of studies have been done about soy diets to prevent stunting in growing children. Soy protein is also a high quality protein which has the complete range of 9 essential and 11 non-essential amino acids. It is the only plant-based protein with qualities that are comparable to that of egg, dairy, and meat products, and is a nutritious and affordable protein source. The fermentation process during tempeh production makes it even better, as the protein has better digestibility and higher protein efficiency ratio, which for the producer of tempehs, they get better yields, and so overall it's just a very widely available and affordable source of protein that that populations can consume, especially growing children, to ensure that they get the nutrition that they need for healthy growth.
Okay, all right. And what kind of partnership the U.S. soy industry has been established to support soy-based food and poultry sector in Indonesia?
Well, as I mentioned, we've been in the Indonesian market since 1981. We've had the privilege and the pleasure of working with Indonesian customers and engaging with the Indonesian industry for a very long time. So we've done a lot of projects and activities, but to date, just to name some of the programs that has been ongoing, some are new, but some have been in place for many years that USSEC has been involved in. One of that would be the supporting the Indonesian tempeh industry, helping it to progress, helping it to develop. We have seen how, of course, as the younger generations come up, their preference and their taste profile changes. And one of the things that we felt it was a priority item for USSEC to work with the tempeh industry was to make sure that tempeh was preserved as a national cultural heritage, just to make sure that the tradition of eating tempeh continues on with the new generations. And so we have been supporting the Indonesia Tempeh Forum with their activities, and they are focused on improving the hygiene standard of the local tempeh producers in Indonesia. ITF has also done training in tempeh innovation and provided technical assistance for tempeh producers to target, as I mentioned earlier, younger generations of consumers, as well as look at expanding tempeh to export markets. USSEC continues to also provide support for the food and the beverage industry. We started a new, or rather we assisted in the startup of a new organization. It's a national organization that is focused on helping small to medium scale soy food beverage producers to improve their food safety standards and also to produce high value soy food and beverage products. So that is something that we're really excited as well as we continue to work with these organizations. And finally, I would say on the livestock side, as this, as an example, this program that we're on is our collaboration with the local poultry stakeholders such as PINSA, and also, working with communicators in the country like Trobos and Poultry Indonesia to organize technical conferences to share the latest information and in animal nutrition, in feed technology, and some of the activities that we have organized includes, in Indonesian broiler and layer feed technology conferences, as well as feed quality workshops, and so on. There's just a lot of activities that we organize for Indonesia in any given year. And I think just to end, most recently, USSEC was really pleased to participate and support the rollout of the chicken and egg protein campaign in Bandung. And of course, we have an upcoming one in Kupang as well, East Nusa Tenggara. So I'm sorry, that's a lot, but there's actually a lot more to share. But I think I'll just kind of end there for now.
Yeah. It's okay, Tim. Such a great partnership to make a great collaboration, right? And in relation with planetary health diet, what is the initiative the US soy has taken to strike a balance between feeding the world with soy and managing agriculture carbon footprint?
Well, Ofi, first of all, that's an excellent question. And I think that's really top of mind for many industries and consumers right now, particularly with the what we're going through with the pandemic and the impact of this situation. First of all, I want to say the US soy industry is well recognized as a sustainable supplier to international markets. Studies and research have shown that the environmental footprint of US soy production is shrinking. We did a study with the Netherlands Blanc Consultants. They're well known in terms of studying environmental impact studies. They recently examined the environmental footprint of US soy compared to other sourcing countries for the European markets. Using a life cycle assessment LCA test, Blanc compared 1 kilogram of soybeans and 1 kilogram of soybean meal crushed at market, and 1 kilogram of crushed in the country of origin, right? And so what the results showed in this study was that in general, the US had higher yields and minimum fertilizer use, as well as confirm better efficiency in this machinery in terms of the production of its soy, all of which help to minimize US soy's carbon footprint. When one more item that I want to mention is the Blanc Consultants again did another study, and they compared meals, mix of Dutch meal and market mix made of mostly soybean meals from South America, as well as US soybean meal. And again, the analysis found that the total impact of the carbon footprint that was of the poultry that was fed the different meals was lower when fed with US soybean meal. So yeah, it's another long answer, but I hope it answered your question.
Yeah. It's nice to see, to know that, right? And I would like to ask you about chicken and egg lover. Yeah. If we talk about eating habit, as you know, Indonesia has a huge number of people with various socioeconomic backgrounds, right? The fact that Indonesians prefer buy cigarettes rather than chicken and egg. How do you provide education or counseling or social thing to do the public that is important to consume chicken and egg?
Well, I think first of all, and this is part of some of the programs that we run, and we run a lot of these programs, and these programs are focused on human health and nutrition. I think the most important thing where we need to start is the education process. We need to be talking to not just the consumers. We need to be talking to the health professionals. We need to be talking to organizations that work with large groups of population that is focused on their well-being, and that's what we've been doing. And so through these activities that we run with our partners in the health organizations, health professionals, to these organizations that are the NGOs that are involved in making sure that the well-being of the population is monitored and taken care of. We get the word out because, of course, as you mentioned, Indonesia is a huge population, right? I mean, it has the largest population in this region, at least, you know. And so working with partners and collaborators which have the same mindset, and that is to raise the nutritional well-being of the Indonesian population is very important in getting the word out. So education is number one. I think number two is we need to also work with our stakeholders in country. You know, when we sell our products to say our customers in Indonesia, whether it's soybeans or soybean meal, whether it goes for food or goes for feed, we also provide training to how to best use that feed ingredient, how to make sure that you maximize its value, you maximize the nutritional bundle that it has, so that from an economic standpoint, the importers, the end users, they use every bit of the value of US soy and formulate nutritious feeds for animals to get maximum animal performance, and hopefully that translates into a better cost structure and makes the products a little bit more affordable.
Oh yeah, such a great response. Education and collaboration is a key, and I hope Indonesian and we are also more concerned to choose the right and affordable protein like tempeh, chicken, and egg, right? Cool. And last question for this amazing talk show. Please share your message to all poultry business owner in Indonesia, especially at National Day, Chicken and Egg.
Oh, well, I will say that chicken and egg, coincidentally, and it's not just because of this program, it's really my favorite protein. I love it. And what can I say to the viewers on the virtual program, watching the virtual program right now, is first of all, I hope that whatever plans you have, I want to wish everyone all the very best. I want to just quickly mention that one of the surveys that we recently concluded in August with over 150 companies across the region, I want to share that sentiments are actually quite positive now. Many companies across the region are not thinking so much about the pandemic. I think that is something that sooner or later, we need to sort of come to terms with the pandemic and continue on in the best way that we can, with the help of course, our governments and so on. But we need to move on. And the sentiments that we got back from the survey was, exactly that. Companies are now focused on, what are they going to do? How are they going to meet the market demand in this kind of market situation? How do they continue to grow? They're thinking about growing. They're planning, because they do see, sort of things changing. We're no longer in 2020 where there's a lot of uncertainty. We're in 2021. There's a lot more information that we are able to work with. And so there's a lot of planning for the future. And I would just encourage the audience to plan for the future. It's going to come. It's not a matter of if, it's certainly a matter of when. And I'm optimistic. I think it's going to come sooner, as soon as everything, the governments and the people learn to sort of be in a better place and try to basically work alongside this situation that we have right now, and get above it, I guess I would say. So that's really what I would say.
All right, thank you so much, Timothy. Thank you for your time, and I hope what our discussion about will give you benefit and spirit to healthy lifestyle implementation, right? we have arrived to the end of our virtual discussion to commemorate of Chicken and Egg 2021. A special thank you to Timoty Loh, Regional Asia Director of USSEC. Thank you for your time. To Director Indonesia USSEC, Ricky Bangsaratu, Head of Hari Ayam dan Telur Nasional, Bambang Suharno, Galus Indonesia Utama, Majalah Infovat, Bapak Darmanung, and we also like to thank the all participants whom had attended this conference. I, Ovi, would like to resign from this conference, and once more, thank you for attending. Stay safe and stay healthy for us.